Hello dear Degen, this is Degen YouTube, bringing you useful information. Good luck with your investments and get rich. Following up on our Bitcoin roundup, we're back with a roundup of Ethereum news. A roundup of the Ethereum price, Ethereum ETFs, Ethereum Dencoon updates, Ethereum news, the Ethereum ecosystem, Vitalik's comments, and more. There's a lot of information to help you predict the future development of Ethereum, so stay tuned. Ethereum gained around 16 from 2 March to 9 March. With Bitcoin up 11 over the same period, we can see that Ethereum has performed better. There was a lot of confusion as it showed a sharp drop in the same period of time as Bitcoin, 5 days. But it has since rallied back to break the $4,000 mark. What's up with the Ethereum spot ETH? Bloomberg analysts are optimistic about approval of an Ethereum spot ETH within the year, but not to the extent of Bitcoin. Most of them have similar responses. I don't think it will pass, because there are a few variables. The SEC is said to be meeting with applicants for an Ethereum spot ETH in March. Personally, I think it's good that they're communicating with us, rather than just telling us, as they did with the Bitcoin spot ETH. On 5 March, BlackRock and Fidelity delayed their review of an Ethereum spot ETH to gather public feedback. Many people are saying that if it is approved, it will likely be a final approval at the end of May, when there will be no more delays. On 9 March, the US SEC reportedly held a meeting with Grayscale and Coinbase regarding an Ethereum spot ETH. Despite this, the SEC chairman reportedly dodged questions about an ETH spot ETH. There are also some fun insights. BitNet's research suggests that an Ethereum spot ETH is not as important as Bitcoin's spot ETH approval. As a latecomer, the approval of an Ethereum spot ETH will have less impact. Unlike Bitcoin, Ethereum is less directly relevant to ETHs because of its focus on usability, technology, and dApps. Ethereum can monetize deposits through staking, which could make ETHs less attractive, he said. In fact, even with futures ETHs, Ethereum futures ETHs haven't really had much of an impact compared to Bitcoin. So it's fair to assume that spot ETHs might not either. Still, it's encouraging to see institutional demand for a Bitcoin spot ETH. The different nature of Bitcoin and Ethereum as a store of value is a key point. Ethereum is an inflationary model with no supply limit and is used as a currency in the Ethereum ecosystem. It remains to be seen how much of an impact this will have, as well as the fact that staking is now monetized. We've also rounded up some interesting news from Ethereum. Ethereum staking continues to grow. It's the highest it's ever been, and exchange balances are the lowest they've been in 6 years. Which is good news for personal wallets. It went up a lot and most of the addresses holding Ethereum are profitable. Coinbase Cloud is reportedly migrating its execution clients to Nethermind to diversify its validata, and will then split them equally between Geth and Ergon. CFA firm Redden is adding Ethereum to its collateralized lending options, apparently seeing it as a stable asset. Robert Kennedy Jr., the independent we talked about in the Bitcoin news, has bought Bitcoin and plans to buy Ethereum as well. Van Eck, the research director, said Ethereum is likely to surpass Bitcoin later this year. There's been talk of it surpassing Bitcoin, but there's no clear evidence to support it. Personally, I think Bitcoin will stay at number 1 and Ethereum will stay at number 2 and move up together. Ethereum also has competitors like Solana. Recently, Sol has overtaken Ethereum in trading volume. This is a sign of the meme coin craze. And it's said to have overtaken MasterCard, as Ethereum's market capitalization has increased with the rise in Ethereum's price. Like Bitcoin, Ethereum is reportedly being bought by whales. Grayscale has launched a cryptocurrency staking fund. It will hold 9 blockchain assets: Aptos, Celestia, Coinbase Stake Ethereum, Cosmos, Near, Osmosis, Polkadot, Say Network, and Solar. Ethereum doesn't want to miss out on staking profits, so Coinbase supports staking Ethereum. which is probably the highest percentage of Ethereum. And Ethereum's derivative volatility index is the highest it's been in a year. So we'll have to watch out for spikes and dips. Ethereum has surpassed MasterCard to become the 21st largest global asset by market capitalization. Ethereum's supply is said to have decreased by 0.86 due to memecoin, DeFi, staking, and more. More activity is also good for the price of Ethereum, as it reduces supply. Analysts at Bitwise predict that it will surpass $10,000 this year. The reasons are the Dencun update and the spot ETH, which again has a 50 to 60 chance of being approved. On 8 March, it moved up one spot from 21st place to become the 20th most valuable asset. Hong Kong-listed Boya, which already holds Bitcoin and Ethereum, has reportedly asked shareholders to approve a $100 million crypto purchase. Hopefully, this will encourage more companies to buy Ethereum. Ecosystem activity is also strong, with annual fees reportedly topping $10 billion, so there's a lot of good news. The hottest agent layer in the Ethereum ecosystem has just surpassed $10 billion until. That's $10 billion in Ethereum deposited in agent layer, which is huge. Ethereum is also working hard to get Ethereum staked using agent layer. I'll do a video on agent layer later when I have time, but it's hard. In addition to staking, the Ethereum DEX trading volume is around $2.06 billion. It's a huge market. Into the Block also talks about how restaking has reshaped the Ethereum ecosystem. But while restaking has created demand for Ethereum, it's not without its risks, as Vitalik worried. There are some projects that ask for deposits at particularly high rates of return, and we need to look at the risks. New layer 2s are also coming out. Ethereum is becoming more and more like one big main country. There's also talk of institutional investors preferring to invest in Ethereum. Interest in the Ethereum Dencoon update is high, with many saying they're looking forward to it. The Ethereum Dencoon update will take place on 13 March at around 11 p.m. Grayscale believes that the Dencun upgrade will dramatically improve its competitiveness in terms of scalability. In human terms, it will enter the adult stage. He concludes. He also said that Dencun will play an important role in solving Ethereum's endemic problems of slow transaction speeds, low throughput, and high fees, while enhancing modular scaling. Fidelity Digital Assets also notes that Layer 2 network gas fees will be significantly lower after Ethereum's Dencun upgrade. He says Ethereum could act as a database for other blockchains, attracting more users to Layer 2. We've also collected quotes from Ethereum's creator Vitalik. Vitalik's influence is so great that some coins skyrocket when he mentions it. Some of the infrastructure is being overinvested in. Some of it is being underinvested in, he says. DJEN's names in Layer 2 with decentralized validation via SIP. This is why the DJEN's coin has been rising. Proof of identity and community membership. We currently use Gitoin Passport a lot, but we think we need a more usable way to use it. A more secure software supply chain for dApps. A fully decentralized layer-to-layer token transfer protocol, but without governance tokens. Will there ever be a fully decentralized service without governance tokens? 6 institutional-grade guardians for social recovery and multisig wallets, plus standardized on-chain readable decryption keys. It sounds like Vitalik wants to increase usability across the board. Vitalik says that the abstraction of Ethereum accounts is an important concept even today. I'll leave a link at the bottom of the video to some good research on account abstraction that Vitalik talks about as important. Vitalik said the Reddit IPO is only open to US residents, which is why he uses cryptocurrency. But even crypto ecos don't allow some countries to participate. Black. Vitalik's alleged address transferred 30 Ethereum to the base by Railgun. I'm curious to see what you do with the base. We also talked about the recent hot DJEN project. He asked the question, does it feel like DJEN has been around for 10 years and never really taken off? And if so, why is it only now? Personally, I think the answer is probably AI. And the reason DJEN has been so hot lately is that it fits well with the idea of decentralizing the computing power that AI requires. We've worked hard to compile this roundup of Ethereum news. Did you find it useful? If so, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. I believe that investing is about keeping all possibilities open, getting different information and combining it to increase your chances of success. We want you to work hard and become a successful investor on your own. Don't stress too much about investing, and make sure you're taking care of your health while you're at it. Thanks for watching.